are a licensed brokerage offering a wide range of services, including mortgage loans, refinancing, business loans, living benefit, and annuity. Don't hesitate to book a free consultation with one of our expert agents today. We are committed to serving you and helping you achieve your financial goals. We look forward to working with you. Email us to get started. At EHB Services, we help you build your financial future, one step at a time. From retirement protection and college savings to living benefits and estate planning, our team is here for every life stage. Schedule your free consultation today and discover what financial security truly feels like. Welcome to EHB Services, where trusted advisors meet tailored solutions. Whether you're licensed or just starting out, we're here to support you with tools, training, and a team that has your back. Whether it is personalized onboarding, weekly mentorship, CRM and quoting systems, marketing and lead support, we got you. Our onboarding process is simple, fast, and effective. From licensing to your first client meeting, you're never alone. At EHB Services, we're not just selling policies. We're building futures, including yours. EHB Services, empowering you with knowledge. Visit evservices.com to get started today.
We offer mobile notary service because we understand that sometimes you and make it to our office, whether you're at home or in a hospital, a nursing home, or a place of business. Our mobile notary service brings professional notarization right to your door on your time. We offer a variety of mobile notary services, including loan signings, passport signings, fingerprinting, and more. We also offer virtual remote online notary services. The notary stamp and seal is an official government certification that the document is genuine and has not been altered. Our mobile notaries are available 7 days a week, 24 hours a day to serve you. Notary stamps and seals are used to authenticate documents for a variety of purposes, including real estate transactions, loan documents, passports, and power of attorney forms. If you need a notary stamp or seal, please contact us. You found the perfect home, but your mortgage application was denied. Don't give up just yet. At AFC, we believe everyone deserves a second chance. Whether your credit is bruised or you've been turned down elsewhere, we help make homeownership possible. Our flexible financing options are built to work for you, not against you. So you won't get bogged down by high interest rates or large down payments. Dream Home is still within reach. Talk to AFC today, because home should be possible for everyone. I'm here to help. Let's make it happen.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. I'm your host, Gene Bias. Here in the studios with me is Mr. Jermaine Clifford from Top Rank Advisors. Mr. Clifford is here as an advisor. We're going to have a nice round table discussion this evening. We're going to be talking about the executive order that our president, Mr. Donald Trump, open up our 401k savings to the private market, what it means to us and what we can do. Mr. Clifford, thank you for having us live here on our podcast. We appreciate you taking time out your busy schedule. I know it was kind of hard getting on your schedule. You're such a busy guy. You provide such a great service to the community. And we think that it's only befitting for you to help our community learn and see what they can do, manage their finances, and have that education in managing their finances for their golden years, as we would call it. Today, we know what they can spend and what they can make. Tomorrow, don't look too good. To layman, in layman terms, layman don't understand what is happening. Okay, they see the changes and they don't really know what is happening or what is going on. So at this point in time, I want to introduce Mr. Clifford to our listening audience, our viewing audience out there, and he can share with us, Mr. Clifford.
Absolutely. Well, thanks first of all for having me. It's a pleasure to be here on the podcast and be sharing with everybody listening in. Definitely hope you get a lot of value out of what we share tonight. And I'm going to dive into a couple different topics that we hear a lot, from clients that is a concern for them. There's actually a couple screens that I want to share with you in regards to particularly, how to minimize taxes in light of this big, beautiful bill that was signed, and just in retirement years in general, as well as how to maximize your Social Security once you get there, or if you're already there, being able to maximize Social Security. So those are two of the areas we hear a lot at Top Rank Advisors about from clients that they're concerned with, making sure that they're not paying too much taxes. And when it comes to retirement, and making sure that they know, when to file for Social Security, how to maximize it, get the most benefit out of Social Security. So what I want to do is be able to just share a couple things with you real quick. I'm actually going to pull up the slideshow here, and then I can kind of dive into it. So just hang tight for 1 second.
Of course. Yeah, of course.
Technical errors, hold on.
Always. Right. So, 1 second before you dive into the slideshow, there is a clip that I found very useful, very, very useful, that was played by CNBC a couple days ago. Entitled Opening 401k to Private Market, which is actually talking about this executive order. And here's what to know. So I want to play this it's a short clip. Yeah. So our listening audience can hear that it's live. It's a real current affair topic that's out there that they need to be concerned about. So this is from Squawk Box on CNBC, just aired a few days ago regarding this exact topic.
Morning, Sharon. Good morning, Melissa. Well, an executive order does not have the same weight of law, but it sends a strong signal that could encourage 401k plan sponsors to include private assets in their offerings. Now, that's a big market. There are more than $12 trillion in assets in defined contribution plans. Nearly $9 trillion are in 401k plans alone, with more than 70 million participants. While that's also a big number, the average 401k balance is less than $130,000, with baby boomers holding just under $250,000 and Gen Z having $13,000 on average. That's according to Fidelity. Private market investments provide diversification as non-correlated assets for high net worth individuals, but financial advisors say private assets may not be right for most 401k investors.
Hard enough time getting the basics and the fundamentals, down for most investors. It's hard to be consistent and disciplined just with passive investments, just with sticking to a strategy that you can hold on to for the next 10 years. So now we're going to introduce some complexity to that. It might not be the best idea.
Stock and bond funds, private assets have high fees, lack transparency, as well as liquidity. And for those reasons, analysts expect most plan sponsors will be slow to adopt private assets into their retirement offerings, but 401k investors could have more alternative investments over the next several years available to them in their plans. You'll find a lot more information about retirement savings.
So yes, you'll find a lot more information on retirement savings if you contact Mr. Clifford, Top Rank Advisors. You'll get a lot of information from him that you can use. You can also contact me at EHB Services LLC. Everybody know to follow our Facebook group, Let's Learn Money. We have this and many more that we'll be discussing from time to time. So at this point in time, I'm gonna go dive right into it. Our show is just 1 hour tonight. We're just having a 1 hour show tonight. Mr. Clifford is very busy. He have another engagement, and it's very hot outside. So I give everybody a break tonight and not have our regular 2 hour show. So view slider.
Slides. No, it should be the video. Go to the next one. Down to your left, right next to it. Yeah. Oops, no. Should be able to hit share right on there. That
Good.
sign right there, yeah.
This one?
No, next one.
This one?
Yeah, no, that one doing. Okay, so share screen then.
Share screen, that's the one.
Okay, and then window.
Uh-huh. Right.
So yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
And then-
So-
okay.
Yeah.
And so to your point, what you were saying about that executive order, one of the things that they are trying to do there is private funds, private investments can now be a part of a 401k plan, because prior to that, they limit what type of private investments that you can have within your 401k, because they, some private investments tend to be more risky than others. And so they want 401k to be more stocks, more mutual funds, more bonds, opposed to a private investment like a REIT or even you could do different private placements, but they're higher risk investments. But it looks like what they're trying to do is open it up, that if you are someone that's educated about a private investment and you'd like to use your 401k to invest in that outside of the regular stocks or bonds or mutual funds, you're able to do that. So that's something you definitely have to get some professional help with and making sure you don't do that just off of your own knowledge. You get some help with that. And with everything that we're going to share tonight, just from a standpoint of our firm, we definitely recommend that this is general information. Your situation, it may be different, and your situation is specific. We're trying to be as general so we could touch on a little bit of information for everybody. If you're looking for specific help, like Mr. Baez said, reach out to us so that way we can help you one-on-one. Just don't take the information we share tonight and go action on it before checking with someone professional like ourselves here or someone else. So either way, a couple of things I want to share with you tonight. There's two strategies, and these are two strategies that we talk to our clients about all the time. It's a major concern when you look at your retirement years. And one of them is minimizing taxes. Who likes to pay taxes, right?
That's right. That's right.
So, if we could pay as little taxes as possible, that's the goal. Unfortunately, we can't avoid them because, like they say, there's two things guaranteed: death and taxes.
That's it. Yeah, it sure is.
We know what happens when you try to avoid taxes. We know what happened to Wesley Snipes, right?
That's right.
He ended up in jail. So with minimizing taxes, there's a couple things. And the first thing I want to talk about is just 4 items from this big, beautiful bill. And some of you have probably heard about it. I think Mr. Gene covered it on prior podcast conversations. But these are 4 that a lot of our clients ask about. First of all, one of the things about the big, beautiful bill is that the tax brackets are permanent now. So at the end of this year, the tax brackets were going to increase. For example, the top tax bracket would have gone up to 39%. Whereas now it's going to stay at 37%. So it's a 2% difference, but it's less. So people are pretty happy about that. And then along the way down the line, there's different decreases that remain the same. So in a sense, what that means is taxes are as low as they're ever going to be, because most likely going forward, somebody else will come in office and then they'll change this. Yeah,
of course.
Because one of the things a lot of people are complaining about is that, well, because he's giving so much tax cuts, it's going to cause the national debt to go up. So, if something happens when something happens, he's no longer in office,
That's right.
then they may raise it. So, definitely a good time as far as taxes are concerned. And then they do give increased deductions now, starting this year, 2025, all the way through at least 2028, unless something changes. So standard deduction is increased to $15,750 for singles. And that's the standard amount that you could deduct from your taxable income to help reduce the amount of taxes you have to pay. And then if you're married, obviously you get a higher amount because there's 2 of you. So
That's right.
that's one benefit of being married.
Amongst many that we'll discuss tonight. That's right. So,
yeah.
not cutting.
Yeah.
So, listen, audience, we got a surprise for you. Surprise for you. Married couples, stay tuned. And those of you who are thinking about getting married, stay tuned. Some good information is coming up. I love it, love it, love it.
So good. And then so 31,500 is the standard deduction. So, if you make, 150,000 combined, then you're able to deduct 31,500, and that reduces the amount of taxable income that you have. So that's the benefit there. And that's an increased amount from what it was prior to this year. And then this one, everybody is happy because all the seniors, anyone over 65, in addition to this deduction up top, you get an extra deduction of 6,000 if you're single and you make less than 75,000. And then if you're married, again, another extra benefit, you get twice that amount.
Double or nothing. Double or nothing. I love this president.
So you get an extra 12,000 that you could deduct on top of your 31,000. So, Mr. Gene, that's $43,500 that you as a married couple could possibly deduct from your taxable income to help reduce the amount of taxes that you have to pay. And so those are just a couple things that are highlights. The bill is vast. You could definitely Google it, or if you have additional questions, you can reach out to us and we could talk to you more. And then for those of you that are in the market for a new vehicle, there's actually a deduction of up to $10,000 that you can get off of new vehicles. They have to be American-made vehicles. That's the only stipulation, but $10,000 out of the interest payments that you would pay, you can deduct each year for the next 4 years at least. So those are just a couple items there from the Big Beautiful Bill and ways that people can take advantage of it to be able to save some money on taxes.
So what I'm hearing here is that our seniors get the double down on the adjusted gross income. And that's a big thing, because your income goes down as you get older in most cases. So that's good. And then
and one of the ways that helps too, to your point, for those people that are collecting Social Security, Social Security is taxable depending on how much you make, which we're going to talk about that later. Right. But that deduction, it was their way of saying, hey, here's a way that we can, lessen the taxes you pay on Social Security, because most people 65 and older are collecting Social Security. Right. So that was one of the reasons they did that as well.
Right. So that's great. So now you're saying that we could go out and buy a new car as long as it's American.
Yeah.
Go out and buy a new car, but you got to finance it to get this 10,000.
Yeah.
That's right. You're giving it to me one way, you're taking it back in another hand.
Yeah. So
don't go out and buy a new car cash. Yeah. Go out and buy a new car, and then I can take $10,000 off the interest.
The interest
because the interest rate is so high. So we're gonna lower it by $10,000 off your taxes.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
If it makes sense for you to finance, do it. If it makes sense to buy cash, then it makes sense. But if you do finance or you have to finance, then you get a
$10,000 credit on your taxes.
Yeah.
Beautiful, lovely, glorified bill. I think it's beautiful.
It's got a lot of benefits in there, amongst others. There's one other, your audience may want to take advantage of, is the child tax credit is increased as well. So if you have children, the child tax credit has gone up, I think about $1,000 per child. I can't remember the exact numbers, but if you don't have kids, it might be the time to have some kids.
I'll put time out something for you.
Exactly.
But then he's also saying that he's going to give the children some credit.
Yeah.
The parents going to get some credit towards the child that goes into an investment, the Trump account.
Yeah, they call it a Trump account. So the government is basically going to start a savings account, if you will, for your child. They have to be born 2025, 2026, 27, or 28. So, Mr. Gene, it might be time to have another one. But if you do have one, you plan to have one, this might be a reason to think about having one. But yeah, there's basically a savings account for the kids. They get $1,000. You can add to it, and then it grows. And the goal I think they have is, even if you were to leave it with just what they add to it, it would be I think almost 150,000 with compound interest over time. The way the account is structured. So that's one we can look into the details on for you too, if you reach out to us. But that's another benefit that's in this.
Well, that's a great benefit, because prior to the beautiful bill, I was talking about IULs and savings and putting away $43 a month for the child day out the womb. So here it is, the president coming with the same thing. He echoed me, except he's giving it to them. I don't have it to give.
Yeah, right. That's true. So it's a good compliment. I would definitely still recommend the IUL.
Yes.
But it's a good compliment to know, okay, we got two savings accounts, if you will.
Right, two vehicle savings for the child.
Yeah.
You know, it can be very lucrative. It can do a lot for the child,
Yeah.
and it's not caught up in just for education. And I
Yeah.
think that's great.
Yeah.
It's not a 529 plan,
Correct.
you know, that's going to only be used for education. You know,
Yeah.
you have money, you know, you can do other things. Child want to go to trade school. The
Yeah.
child want to start a business.
There
You
you
get
go.
them a foot in the door.
Yeah.
So I
yeah.
think this is great.
Yeah, it's a great plan. And I think also there's some contributions that you can make to it, and there's some tax benefits there as well also. So
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
There's always, because you're giving the money to the child, so it's less income because you already pay taxes on that money already,
Yeah,
and it's a gift to the child.
yeah,
So yeah, that's great. That's
Yeah.
great. Great
absolutely.
stuff.
So now the next thing I want to touch on, we talk to a lot of clients, and their question when it comes to retirement accounts, or especially when they're in retirement, is what's taxable and how it's taxable. And this is important to know, because when you get to that point where, like you said, your income is going to go down because you're no longer actively working, and you're going to depend on these incomes that you're contributing to and accumulating, you want to know, okay, what's taxable? How am I going to have to pay taxes? So, you know, there's generally three different categories that we look at, you know, when we talk about retirement. You have your pension, if you're lucky enough to have one.
Mhm.
Only about 15% of the country right now have access to a pension, whether one that they're already receiving or going to be receiving. And then you will also have your IRA, 401k, you know, distributions. You know, pretty much, I'd say maybe 90%, 80 to 90% of people have access to either contribute to a 401k, or 100% of people can contribute to an IRA. So, you know, you got to know how that's taxed. Both of those are taxed as ordinary income.
Cool. Right.
Yeah. Except if your pension is a
This
disability.
is tax now.
Yeah.
That's tax now. That tax later.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, the pension, if it's a disability income pension, like if you have military disability, then that's tax-free federally
Right.
and state-wise. But if it's just a regular pension from your job, you're taxed as ordinary income when you start to take that money out. And then Social Security, Mr. Jean, Social Security, you can either pay zero taxes on Social Security, or you may have to pay taxes on 85% of your Social Security. And what determines that is how much money you have coming in from the
your pension part.
I know.
That's right. Well, of course, because we got a pension part that is taxed now,
Yeah.
it's added as income with your Social Security, and the whole lump sum is being taxed. But if you have a deferred tax later account, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Okay?
So you gotta-
pre-tax versus post-tax,
Yeah.
you have to know where you stand.
Yeah. And that leads to a couple different things. One of the biggest traps that we see clients run into when they get to retirement is what's called the required minimum distribution.
Yes.
And not a lot of people know about it. Some of you in the audience may have heard of it before, but if not, what it is the government, when you turn either 73, if you were born before 1959, or when you turn 75, if you were born 1960 up to today, then you are forced to start taking money out of your traditional accounts that you see on the screen here.
Right. So your distribution,
Mhm.
right? So financial advisors, financial rep use the word distribution. That's your forced money
Coming
that
out.
you have to take out.
Yeah. So you're gonna be required to take that money out, whether you want to or not. And the reason why, you know, that may present a problem is maybe what we see a lot of clients, you know, let's say someone is lucky enough to have a pension and you know, Social Security, and maybe that's enough income for them to live on. And their goal is to have their traditional IRA or 401k or whatever TSP just grow and maybe pass it on to their family. They can't let that happen. They can't just pass on to your family. Uncle Sam wants his fair share.
That's right.
So he's going to force you at 73 to start taking money out a certain percentage, so that way you can be taxed on it. And then you have this money that you don't need. But not only don't you need it, it might push you into another tax bracket. So now you have to pay more taxes
Exactly.
on your pension. You may have to pay more taxes on your Social Security. So it causes a big problem for a lot of people when it gets to that point. And that's why we call it a tax trap, because not a lot of people know about it. There's a couple ways to handle this trap, if you will. And one of the main ways we talk about is, moving from a traditional account to a
To a
Roth.
Roth.
Yeah, to a Roth account.
I preach this all the time.
It's good. It's good because a lot of people don't think about that.
That's right. I tell them that a traditional IRA is old money. A Roth IRA is new money.
Yeah.
Is where you are protecting your financial future.
Yeah.
And I think that it's one of the better things that are out there
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
protecting your financial future.
Yeah. It is.
Because in the old way, the traditional way, as you would call it, your financial future is determined by the laws of the land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those-
But with a Roth, it's yours.
Yeah.
You get to make that decision.
Yeah.
So if don't leave a job and leave the money sitting behind, hoping that it's going to be working for you because your boss was so good to you.
Yeah.
No, the government is even better in
Yeah.
your pocket.
They're definitely watching you. They're waiting patiently in the corner, rubbing their hands, getting ready to collect when it comes 73.
That's it.
That's one of the ways to avoid that is you can transition to the Roth. And the analogy we like to use when we talk with clients is we use the seed and then the harvest analogy. Okay, so the way you look at it is, let's say you're a farmer and you're going to plant, some seeds. So you go to the seed farm and you say, hey, give me some seeds, whatever plant you want to plant, whatever crop you want to have. And the IRS is there and they say, hey, you see, you got some seeds, you're going to have to pay taxes, right?
That's right.
And they say, you know what, we'll give you a deal. You could either pay taxes on the seed or you could pay on the harvest. Of course, you want to pay on the seed because the seed is going to be smaller than the harvest, right? God willing, you plant the seed and then you have a huge harvest. So that's the concept of the Roth conversion. The traditional is that seed that you take into the Roth, and then as it grows in the Roth, there's no tax liability under the Roth. Now, you do pay taxes up front because you have to pay taxes on the seed.
Now, of course.
So you pay tax now, and then you never tax later. And it could grow as big as possible. And that way, when you are pulling the money out, like you said, you do it on your terms. You're not forced to do it. And then also, when you pass the money on, if you die and you're leaving this as a legacy, it's not passed on with a tax liability.
That's right.
Because what a lot of people end up doing when they die and they leave money in an IRA, a traditional account or a traditional 403, is not only do they leave money, but they leave a tax bill. Because a lot of people don't realize that the current tax laws, as good as these items were on the big beautiful bill, one thing that it didn't change is if you have a traditional account, like a traditional IRA or 401k, and you die, and that money goes to anybody except for a spouse, that relative, whether it's your son, daughter, whomever, they have 10 years to spend that down. So if it's $1 million, let's just throw it out there, they have to take out $100,000 a year. So that way that account is empty in 10 years. And the reason they have to do that is Uncle Sam wants his taxes. So they have to then pay taxes on that. But if it's in a Roth and you die, they get $1 million.
And they use it as and when, how, as when and how.
They don't have to worry about 10 years.
Mr. Clifford, I would say to you that I say this all the time. I've been saying this for years. Okay, I tell people that if you had a 401k, a traditional 401k, you're no longer with the company. Sit with a financial advisor because it's tax now, tax later, or tax never.
Yeah.
Okay, and you have to plan these things. And if you want to leave a legacy for your family, you have to think about how you're going to leave it for them.
Yeah.
Are you leaving it for them with a bill?
Yeah.
Or are you leaving to them with a traditional gift? Now, you and I know we're both foreigners, as they say, we're Caribbean men. When our parents give us anything, they just give it to us. They didn't tell us that it comes with a bill when we get it. We figure that out as we get along. Now, at our age, we are more educated, we're more suave, we read more, we do more research, and we stay in tune with the times. We get with people that are experts like yourself and I, and we try to design a plan and a strategy of how we're going to save our money, how we're going to leave that financial legacy, pass it on to our children, our grandchildren, our loved ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
And I know you have a beautiful slide that I can't wait for you to get to, because a lot of my listening audience don't even know that that what we're going to talk about with marriage couples.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They jump in and they take the money and says, oh, well, he's dead. But they don't understand that there is that benefit that they can have, and then hers or hers, and then
Yeah.
whoever passed first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, to accumulate that part so they can live comfortably.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a lot of people don't do it.
Yeah.
You
No,
know,
that's true.
I even had a whole show where I talked about, we foreigners, we come into this country, and a lot of people don't know that is a difference in Social Security benefit being a resident from a citizen. And when you get your citizenship in America, it's incumbent on you to go and let Social Security know. Because when you try to do it at retirement, too late. You're already a resident. So you're going to get paid out as a resident, So these are the little things that, our people in the community don't know.
Yeah.
And we try to share.
Yeah.
So I'm very passionate in helping our people, just like you are. And I have these round table talks so we can educate our community and let them know what we're after, what is out there for them.
Yeah.
And it's not just a traditional way, oh, I don't work with a company. Your father worked for the same company for 40 years. When he finished for 40 years, he goes sit on the rocking chair, he find another job, move on.
Yeah.
Well, what happened to the money he left behind?
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Then he says, oh, well, let's go down to Social Security to get his Social Security. And then at the end of the year, he got a nice bill saying, Uncle Sam says, well, your total income is, well, no, you only get a Social Security and his pension. Well, you add the two together, makes it taxable.
Yeah.
Because he didn't do anything with the money.
Yeah.
He let it just sit there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's where young guys like Mr. Clifford and myself would come in, sit down, put a financial plan for you, for your future, your savings, and what you want to do in the future.
Yeah.
You're not just leaving all this money and saying, oh, my children, grandchildren, my wife is going to get it, and the day they go to get it and off to the races.
Yeah.
Uncle Sam hands is in your pocket.
Absolutely.
If you do the traditional way.
Yeah. And that's why one of the things we recommend too is that one of the reports that we put together, like you said, with the financial planning that we offer, is that we run a RMD report. So we're able to forecast how much you will be required to pull out of your accounts if you do nothing. And it will tell you approximately what you'd owe in taxes. And that way you could be proactive instead of reactive when you get there. You could say, you know what, let me take measures to minimize this tax that I'm gonna have to pay because I'm gonna have to pull this out. And there's different strategies, like we mentioned, the Roth conversion strategy. But that may not be the fit for everybody, but there's a strategy that will work for you, because in this example, you see if you have $500,000 in your traditional IRA or 403B or TSP, and you come to that RMD age of 73, that's $20,000 that you're going to be forced to draw down every year. That means you have to take that as a distribution, as we like to say, and then you're going to have to pay taxes. And like I said, that might move you into a different tax bracket. Then it might affect how much taxes you have to pay on your Social Security. It might increase the taxes you have to take out of your pension. So you want to know, you want to have a forecast so you could prevent this from becoming a problem in the future. And that's one of the things that we put together with what we call a required minimum distribution report. And you see here, this client had $1 million in their IRA, and they were going to be forced to take out almost $40,000 a year. Of money that they don't need, that again, it's going to make them go into a different tax bracket. So they're paying higher taxes on the money they're taking out. They're going to pay more taxes on their Social Security and more taxes on their pension. Who wants to do that?
Nobody.
So you definitely want to reach out to us, and so that way we can be able to run one of these reports for you and see, like Mr. Eugene said, does it make sense for me to make sure I don't have any 401ks just sitting out there that I need to go ahead and start putting in a position that's going to protect me from future taxes. So
that's right, definitely.
So before we jump into the next thing, I don't know if there was anything else you wanted to add to that.
Well, no, I'm loving it. I love that we're able to have a strategy in place for the for our people and make sure that they can see what is available.
Gonna go forward.
What is available to them. I want them to be able to look at what is out there and be able to be mindful of everything that is available to them and come their way. So I thank you for that. We're gonna go into a short commercial break. And then we'll come back and go into get our hands down and dirty.
At EHB Services, we help you build your financial future, one step at a time. From retirement protection and college savings to living benefits and estate planning, our team is here for every life stage. Schedule your free consultation today and discover what financial security truly feels like. CHEP isn't just another benefit, it's a proven solution. Pre-tax saving medical coverage, payroll tax reductions, it's voluntary, easy to implement, and backed by real results. Let's talk about bringing CHEP to your organization.
Employees, what if offering your team better benefits could also save you money? With the CHAMP plan, every dollar routed through a Section 125 plan reduces your payroll tax liability by eliminating the 7.65% matching fee to taxes. Payroll savings begin in month 2. Contact us to calculate your potential savings today.
Welcome to Metro Atlanta's premier notary destination. At our state-of-the-art facility, we offer a professional, secure environment for all your notarization needs. Take a look around. Our friendly staff will greet you as soon as you walk in. Here you can see our modern notary workspace. Our team is dedicated to providing exceptional service in a comfortable and welcoming atmosphere. We also have a large conference table for your convenience. And we may equip our facility with the latest technology to ensure that your experience is as seamless as possible. We understand the importance of convenience and accessibility. That's why our location in Metro Atlanta is easily accessible to clients from all over the area, whether you're a local business or an individual client. We're here to meet all your notary needs. So come visit us today. We're centrally located and client-focused. With AFC's personal line of credit, your money is ready when you are in a need of last-minute travel, unexpected medical bills, car trouble, whatever. Life throws your way, you're covered. With a personal line of credit from AFC, you can withdraw cash in any amount at any time. No need to re-up. Plus, you only pay interest on the amount you use. So if you borrow $1,000 and only use $300 of it, you only pay interest on that $300. The rest of the $1,000 is available to you whenever you need it, and you only pay interest on what you use. That's why it's the smart way to borrow. It's like having a credit card with no credit card. AFC Freedom when you need it most.
So welcome back to our show. Welcome back to our show. We have our guest host today, Mr. Clifford from Top Ranking Advisors. Top Ranking Advisors is here sharing some great knowledge with you. I'm very happy to have him. I'm very happy to have him with us. And he shared some great information regarding your savings, your 401k, the great bill. The great bill. It's so important that we know where we are, what we're doing, and saving for the future is very, very, very important. Saving for the future. Okay, saving for the future. So I'm going to ask Mr. Clifford to make sure that he bring you guys in the no, it's not. Okay. Down the bottom, down. Over. Sure. Yeah. He bring you guys into the big picture, show you the big picture, and maximize your social security. Maximize your social security. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't stress this more. There's a lot of things that we know, we think we know, we feel we know. But today, Mr. Clifford brought some great thoughts to my knowledge due to his experience and his exposure. And I think it was fitting for him to bring it to our listening audience so you guys can see, learn from it, and learn from it. Mr. Clifford,
Yes, sir.
all yours.
All right, perfect. Thank you again. And thank you for watching, guys. This one is going to be super informative because what we're talking about is maximizing Social Security wherever possible. Social Security for most people is either the only income they have in retirement or really one of the anchors of their retirement. Most of us are lucky enough, if you will say so, to be able to contribute to it along the years. And though there are some concerns about Social Security, we'll touch on one of them. There's definitely ways that you can maximize and making sure you're getting the most benefit out of the money that you've contributed into Social Security. So I'm going to jump through a couple of them with you. First of all, this slide, screenshot this, pause the show if you need to, and take a screenshot of this because this tells you what your full retirement age is. And it's based on the year you were born. For those of you 1960 or later, full retirement will be age 67. If you're prior to 1960, just look at the years and you'll be able to see your full retirement age. The full retirement age is the year that you are able to collect your full Social Security benefits without any reductions. Most of you may know, if not, I'll inform you, you can take your Social Security as early as age 62. That's the qualifying age where you could start drawing Social Security. But if you do it at that age, you're going to take a reduced amount. When you wait till your full retirement age, you get the maximum or the full amount. If you wait to 70, you could get a little bit more, but that 67 is the age where it's not reduced. And also another thing that pertains to your full retirement age that a lot of people don't know about until they find out the hard way is that Social Security has something called wage testing. And what that means is if you're on Social Security and working a job, they could possibly reduce the amount of Social Security that you get. The only way you get around that is if you wait until your full retirement age, because once you're at your full retirement age, then they cannot reduce your Social Security. They can't.
It is what it is at that point.
Yes, at that point, you're locked in and you can earn as much as possible. Here's an example. Let's say you're born in 1960. You take your Social Security at 67. You can work another job. You can make $100,000 a year on another job plus Social Security. There's no problem. But let's say you were to retire at 64 because you're tired of working. And you take your Social Security at 64, you're fine. It's a reduced amount, but you're fine. Because your plan is, I'm going to take Social Security, and let's say that's $2,000 a month, and I'm going to work another $100,000 a year. What you don't know is that for every $2 over $24,000 that you make, they're going to reduce your Social Security by $1. So that $2,000 you're getting from Social Security, for every $2 you make over 24,000 a year, they deduct $1 from your Social Security. So that's
Nice.
it's important. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your hard-earned money, they'll take it because you're working another job and making money along with your
So
Social Security.
can you get that back when you become?
You can get it back, but who wants to go through that? That's
That's
a
right.
lot of paperwork, and are they going to keep track of that, or are you going to keep track to make sure the amount is correct? It gets messy, but they do give it back to you once you get to your full retirement age. They'll bump you up a little bit until they pay up what they've taken away. But if you can, it would be better to wait till the full retirement age so that way you don't see any reduction and you can work as much as you want. Because believe it or not, thankfully, we come across a lot of clients that are at their full retirement age whether it's 65 to 67, they're healthy. They want to continue working because they
That's
don't want
right.
to go sit at home and do nothing.
That's right.
And so they don't want any limitations on how much they can
Good
work
work.
as long as they're healthy enough to work. So this is one way to know. And there's two separate things. There's the wage testing. If you earn money outside of Social Security before your full retirement age. And then there's also how Social Security is taxed. And we're going to get into that in a little bit. But before we do that, I want to ask you guys a question. And you guys can drop this in the chat. I'm going to tell you the answer, but you could guess. I'll stall for a minute or two. But how many ways do you think that a married couple can file for Social Security? It's a question we ask a lot of clients when we are presenting this information to them. And most people will say, well, one way, because it's two people that can file one way. And some people say it's two because it's two people. The most we've ever gotten is, between 3 and 5 ways. What a lot of people don't know is that, and hopefully you've already put your guess into the chat, but a lot of people don't know there's 81 different ways that a married couple can
Oh
file
my
for
gosh.
Social
Why are they single women
Security.
and men?
So
81 ways you can file for Social Security.
81 different ways you can file for Social Security. And what
81.
Yeah. So, and the thing about that too is, how do you know which way is right for you unless you talk to somebody that understands? Because Social Security, they're not going to tell you exactly which way. They're going to just say how you want to file.
That's right.
And it's like taking an order. What do you want to have? They're not going to
Mm.
describe the menu. You're not sitting at a fine dining restaurant.
That's
They're going
right.
to tell you everything that's
Ah.
on there. And a lot of people are wondering what's the best way, what's the best time, and that's how we come to 81 ways. Because as a married couple, for example, the husband could file when he's 65, but the wife files when she's 62. That's considered one way. Or they could both wait till their full retirement, and depending on their age, that could be different ages. So that's another way. So there's different age strategies. There's another strategy that you can file. For example, if one spouse files at full retirement age, the other spouse is not yet full retirement age. If they wait until their full retirement age, they can get, instead of their Social Security, that's a smaller amount, they can get a higher amount, which is half of their
the
spouse. They call it the top-up benefit. So either way.
Whoa. You're using some words I have echoed.
Yes.
I have echoed. Top up benefits from your spouse.
Yeah.
I got into an argument with someone years ago.
Yeah.
And I had an argument lately with someone regarding top up benefit. They tell me there's no such thing.
Oh, no, there is.
Am I nuts?
No, you're not. They need to call the Social Security Administration and they'll find out, for certain. But yeah, there is.
They're saying that someone, okay, I have a situation, there's a husband and a wife, okay? The wife did not contribute sufficient. So her benefit would be much lower, incredibly lower, right? And I said, the argument I put out was the wife can get top-up benefit from the husband to make her number more.
Yes.
They tell me it couldn't happen.
Oh, it absolutely can happen. And you can even, today we have all this AI technology even embedded in Google. If you Google it. But if you want a more accurate help, description and help, then you reach out to us and we can kind of explain that to you. But yeah, there's a lot of different benefits that people don't know about.
Well, before today, I thought there were only 20.
Oh, wow. No.
Before today,
Yeah.
I thought there were only 20. And I think this is great information
It's 100%
because people don't know when they get married what the benefits of this country, this great country, have for them, for married couples.
Yeah.
And to know that you have 81 different ways.
Yeah.
Some people only know, like you said, 5. The statistics show 5.
Yeah.
What happened to the other 76 different ways?
Yeah. And you got to figure out which way is right.
You got to figure out which way is right for you.
Yeah.
Who have the expertise and knowledge as an ordinary lay person that is just going to work every day and working? Who knows that, So this is where it gets very important to sit with a financial advisor, someone that understands the Social Security rules
Yeah,
and see what's best for them, given their specific situation.
exactly.
Because there's no one jacket that fits
Yeah,
all.
exactly. No, absolutely. And some people, one of the questions is like, especially when it comes to married couples, like, oh, when should we wait to file? Should we wait to full retirement age, or should we take it early, or should we wait till 70 after full retirement age? That's something that we help you figure out. And like he said, it's based on your situation. It may make sense for you to take it early at 65 instead of your full retirement at 67. Especially if you're ready to retire and you have enough income otherwise, where that reduced amount won't make as much of a difference. But you need somebody that's going to look at that long term and see how it's going to affect you, to see if it's a wise decision to make.
That's right.
Or you might be somebody, which we've had clients that are like, man, I want to wait till 70, because 70 is when you could get the maximum amount. At
That's
70,
right.
you can't go any higher. But at 67, you get your full amount. It's just not the same as 70. Why wait till 70? Because you don't know how long you're going to live. And a lot of people, they have this calculation, they call it the break-even calculation, where it's like, well, when does it break even if I wait till 70 versus if I take it at full retirement at 67?
So the break-even calculation, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Clifford, and this is for my listening audience. Are you saying to me the break-even calculation is not for everybody? Everybody don't break even at the same point?
Correct. Yeah. It's generally either way between 8 to 12 years, and
Seems like
unfortunately,
you be in my back pocket, because
I've
I
been
be having this discussion and nobody's listening.
yeah. So there's different nuances where your situation is going to be different than somebody else's situation. So like you said, you need somebody that knows this, that's going to be able to guide you based on your specific situation. But here's a couple other things to consider as well. This one is huge. This one is big, big, big. So right now, when we're doing this live, this is 2025. Now in 2034, if nothing changes, the tax revenue would be sufficient to pay only 78 cents on the dollar in
In
Social Security
Security
benefits. And this is from the Social Security Administration. Every year they put out a report. And so far, I think it's been the last 4 years, nothing has changed. So basically, in 9 years, in 2034, if nothing changes from the revenue that goes into the trust fund, because a lot of people, which your audience, they know because you've been educating them, but Social Security is a trust fund that they use to pay out to the
That's right.
people on it. So if nothing changes where they're able to collect enough revenue to be able to bolster that trust fund, it can eventually run out of money. And what that means is in 2034, you're going to see a 22% drop in your Social Security payment. So if you're getting $2,000 a month, it's going to go down by $500 a month, which is $6,000 a year.
That's right.
Now, if you're somebody where Social Security is your only income, that's going to be tough. And if you're somebody where Social Security is one of your income, that's going to be tough, no matter how you look at it. And we can't control what they do from a revenue standpoint, but you can control what you do to make sure that you have things in place in addition to Social Security, whether that's an IUL like Mr. Jean has talked about, or whether that's some other financial vehicle that's going to make sure you have enough income. So if that does happen, it doesn't make that big of a difference in your income in your retirement years. But that's something that's very concerning, because so many people depend on Social Security.
Yeah, well, my argument is, what quality of life you're going to have after retire? And I'm very big on quality of life, where you're going to be financially after you retire. And with that being said, you're telling me that the country retirement age, if nothing changes in 9 years, is going to take an average of $6,000 hit per year.
Yeah.
Well, they're already taking a reduced amount from what they were earning when they were working.
Yeah.
Now you're saying for them to take an additional
Yeah.
$6,000. So what quality of life they're gonna have? Rents are going up.
Yeah, that's the thing. Cost of living.
Taxes are going up.
Yeah.
I mean, when those things go up, it don't come back down.
Yeah.
So what are retirees? What quality of life are retirees gonna be forced to have?
Yeah. And that's why.
And that's only 9 years from now. We're not talking 29 years from now.
Short time. God willing, all of us are alive but God willing, they might find a solution. If not, you have to find a solution. And that's when
And that's why we're having this conversation,
Exactly.
because we want to put solutions in place and give more people the advantage of having a solution
Yep.
for the future.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh wow, this is
Yeah.
great information.
And one of the things, the biggest solution here is something that Mr. Gene and I can definitely help with, but a lot of people don't know. And again, you can Google this, but you see Social Security is called old age and survivors
Survivors.
insurance,
Mhm.
right? Insurance. There's a lot of insurance vehicles that he's talked to us about on this podcast that you can put in place. You have
Yes.
9 years. If you haven't started, you have
Yes.
9 years.
Yes.
If you've already started,
You're ahead of the game.
you're ahead of the game. But if not, 9 years is a time frame that you can put some plans in place, so that way when that comes, if they don't correct this because it's outside of your control, you don't have to worry about it because you've already have something in place that's going to supplement. Similar to Social Security, you can have your own, private Social Security, if you will, because that's all it is. It's an insurance that pays out for you. So
Right.
that's the solution there. You got to reach out to us and look at what your options are. And this is something that you can fund if you're still working, or if you have an old 401k or old IRA or something like that, you can take that and turn that into your own insurance guaranteed income. That's going to be there, and make sure that if that does happen, you don't have to worry about it because your income is set, and Social Security being reduced even further won't affect you. So that's the recommendation there to solve for this problem. But it's definitely a big concern, and even further concern, it would be reduced in 2090. Now I know we're talking about what's that, 45 years roughly, or no, a little bit more than that. But and maybe some of us won't be here, but for those of us that will be, could possibly see even a further reduction.
Well, I hear you. I agree with you. But this is where my family and I we have Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter. I make it a real family time. And one of the things that we do at those 3 times that we meet per year is discuss this stuff:
Mhm.
financial wealth,
Yeah.
financial security. And I told my listening audience, and I tell my family, don't tell me where you could spend. I don't want to know. We all can spend money. What you can save.
Yeah.
How do you save, and how do it work for you in the future?
Yeah.
Now here it is. The insurance that we all depended on before, our forefathers put together for us, is coming to a very end, to a screeching halt.
Yeah.
It become, we can't depend on that anymore to take us into our golden years.
Yeah.
So if we don't plan now, if we fail to plan,
Yeah.
then what do we have? We got a plan to fail.
Yeah.
9 years from now is not a long time.
No.
I remember my daughter is 9 years. Deanna is 9 years old. I remember the day she was born like yesterday.
Yeah.
And she's just 9 years old. Imagine 9 years from now when she's 18 to hear, oh, there, oh, there, oh, darling, you got to help daddy $6,000 extra to my socialist.
Yeah. No, absolutely. So definitely make sure we take some action here, folks. So, couple other things to share from a benefit standpoint. This is one that not a lot of people know about as well, and this is called the widower's benefit.
That's
So remember, we mentioned that you could take Social Security as early as 62. This is one exception where you can take or start receiving. You may be eligible to start receiving Social Security benefit at age 60 on a survivor benefit. And this is, of course, if your spouse has passed away,
That's right.
then you may be eligible to collect on their Social Security. And then when you become, whatever age eligible, right? Whether that's at 62 or beyond, you can switch to yours if yours is higher, or you could keep accepting theirs if theirs is higher. So it gives you that option.
But I don't know if to take both. You have to take either one. Either his or hers.
Yeah, they don't let you double dip, unfortunately. If not, they'd run out in 2 years instead of 9 years.
That's right. That's right.
That's one of the reasons they don't let you double dip. But this is important because we had a client that she was working. She was 64. Her husband had passed away 4 years prior, and her plan was 67 is her full retirement age. So she's like, I'm just gonna grit it out and I'm gonna work so I can get my full Social Security at 67. I got 3 more years to go. And we told her about this. She went to the Social Security Administration. They said, yes, you are eligible. And she was eligible to collect $25,000 a year off of her deceased husband's Social Security. And then when she turned 67, she could switch to hers and get a higher amount. Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was a huge help for her because then
Of course.
she didn't have to work as hard.
Of
She could go
course.
part-time, enjoy a little bit of kind of a semi-retirement early, and then, still have enough income with Social Security and working.
And that's
then,
the beauty about working with people like you and I.
yeah,
Because what we do is educate them
yeah,
on what they can have, provide vehicles for them to enjoy their golden years.
yeah, 100%. So this is a huge benefit. So if you know someone that spouse passed away, or if you're someone that your spouse passed away, it may be worth looking into. Reach out to us, and we could kind of guide you on what to do there. This is a great benefit. And unfortunately, Mr. Gene, us men tend to be the ones that die before our wives. So when we help,
Oh, don't say that.
hopefully this is.
Yeah.
But a lot of times when we help clients, it's the wife
Wife.
that comes to us.
Survivors, always,
Yeah,
always.
Yeah, 100%.
The way we see it in the industry, and that's a fact, women tend to outlive the men 100%. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
So now that have been a shift in knowledge, because a lot of women don't know what the men have.
Mhm.
And that's why I say to a lot of people when they meet with me, put it all on the table. Let's understand what your financial DNA is.
Yes.
We all must know what's on the table, what we have.
Yeah.
So we could look at all the parts, all the vehicles in order to make an informed decision.
Yeah.
Because, we come from the Caribbean, our parents, they didn't want to talk about
Yeah.
that. Oh, not now.
Yeah.
Don't worry, that I have a little thing over there,
Yeah. Try to hide it.
They try to hide it. But what they don't know, that where they're hiding it, it's not working for them. It's not working for you
Yeah.
when they pass, because they didn't protect it while they were alive.
Yeah.
No, I gotta pay taxes, inheritance taxes,
Yeah.
to get it from them because they didn't provide that vehicle while they were alive.
Yeah.
So now the man in the black robe have to decide
Yeah.
how it goes. Some public servant, some glorified public servant is determining what you get, how you get, and the way you get it,
Yeah.
because they fail to plan. And that's why sitting with a financial planner like yourself would help them to navigate through that.
Absolutely. Especially if you want to make sure that, too much of that money is not lost in transition.
That's right.
So here's another benefit, a little bit more fun one. This is the ex-spouse benefit. Now,
The ex-spouse benefit.
we get a lot of questions on this one as well. Unfortunately, because divorce happens, but if you were married for at least 10 years, ex-spouse can get Social Security benefits based on the other spouse's record.
Yes.
And the person receiving the benefits must be 62
Or
or
older.
older,
And still unmarried.
still unmarried. Yeah.
You cannot marry again.
Yeah, you can't double dip.
You can't double dip. You can't go from both spouses.
Yeah. But yeah, if that's the case, then you remain unmarried, which sometimes is the case.
Yes.
Then you may be eligible for this benefit.
Right.
This is another one that you could look into because it doesn't affect your ex-spouse's benefit. So whether you like them or not, it doesn't matter because it doesn't affect their benefit. And so you may be eligible for this one, and that's just an added benefit to you that you could take advantage of. So, but let's finish up with this portion here, which is how Social Security is taxed, because this is one of the biggest questions we get asked on Social Security. How is it taxed? How do I know how much taxes I'm going to pay on Social Security? So the way Social Security is taxed is it's based on your modified adjustable gross income. And the way you calculate that is you take all your income plus half of your Social Security, and then you put it in this threshold here. So if you're a single individual, you take all your income plus half of your Social Security, and if it's less than 25,000, you pay
Zero
zero taxes, okay, on Social Security. And we're talking about federal taxes here. And in the state of Georgia, there's no taxes on
On
Social
Social
Security, but
Security.
there's some states that do tax
Right.
Social Security. But for this case, this is federal taxes. Now, if it's over 25,000 but less than 34,000, you
50%.
pay taxes on 50% of your Social Security. So if you, your Social Security is 20,000, 50,000 of, I'm sorry, 10,000 of that will be taxed. And then,
So just the amount that's over the threshold is taxed.
no, the
The entire amount is
the entire
taxed.
50% is
That's
taxed.
right. That's
Yeah.
right.
So, and then if you're over 34,000 total modified adjustable gross income, then 85% of your Social Security is taxed. Yeah.
Ooh-wee.
So, it pays to know, again, when we go back to the tax section, we talked about the pension and the 401k and IRA distributions, how they can affect how Social Security is taxed. This is important, and we're going to give you a breakdown here shortly. Now, if you're married, from less than 32,000 modified adjustable gross income is zero taxes on Social Security. If it's more than 32,000 but less than 44,000, 50% of your Social Security is taxed. And then if it's over 44,000, 85% of your Social Security is taxed. Okay.
Well, I'll be there.
Yeah. So, but let's make this plain. Okay. We're going to show you two scenarios here. So Dale and Mary, they're married. Dale is 68, Mary is 66. Dale, he started Social Security later. He's receiving $33,000 annually from Social Security. And now Mary, she started at her full retirement age. She's receiving $28,000 from Social Security per year. Their total Social Security income is $55,000.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But the good thing is they don't have any other income. They just have $55,000. They can live on that. Based on the equation, we just have to divide Social Security by two, and that equals 27,500. So they actually pay zero taxes.
Federal taxes.
Yep, zero federal taxes because they're under that 32,000 threshold. So all that $55,000 income is tax-free. And if you're here in the state of Georgia, there's no state tax on it either. So they have no taxes that they have to pay. That 55,000 just comes, they take out their Medicare expense, and the rest of that money is for them to live on.
They take care of the Medicare expense.
I love it. Got to cover the health insurance.
That's right. That's right.
So now let's change the scenario though. Let's say they still have that same 55,000 Social Security,
Yes.
but now they're taking 32,000 from the IRA, right? Now you take half the Social Security, so we have that same 27,500, which put them before in zero taxes.
Right. But when you add the 32,000,
now you add the 32,000 from the IRA, which is 100% taxable. Now they're at 59,000.
85% they gotta pay.
85% of their Social Security is taxable. So that means out of that 55,000 that they weren't paying taxes on before, they now have to pay taxes on 46,750. And it's at whatever their tax bracket is. And that means, they have, whatever 59,500 would put them at tax bracket wise. That's probably going to land them in the 12% tax bracket. They now have to pay taxes on 12% taxes, let's say for this example, on $46,000 from their Social Security, in addition to 12% taxes on their $32,000 IRA distribution. So you see how they went from paying zero taxes to now they're paying somewhere probably between close to $7,000 to $8,000 a year in taxes.
Wow.
Just because of that IRA distribution. And that's why we say it's important to sit down with someone and look at your accounts that you have, your retirement savings, whether it's your 401k or your IRA, to see if there's anything you can do. Because one of the things that Dale and Mary could have done, if they had done a Roth, they would be able to take that money out tax-free, and that 32,000 wouldn't be taxable, so it wouldn't add to their Social Security, and they would still be paying zero taxes on Social Security. The other thing they could have done, if they started earlier, they could have just contributed to an IUL and let the distribution come from the IUL, which is also tax-free. So they have the income from the IUL on top of their Social Security, and then they'd be tax-free. So that's what we're saying. There's a lot of different vehicles that you could use. There's a lot of different strategies that you could use to make sure you pay less taxes, including taxes on Social Security. And that's why these types of conversations are important. And it's important for you to reach out to get some help. So that way we could look at your specific, what do you call it? DNA?
Financial DNA. I believe in that.
And make sure that you're not setting yourself up for failure. So bottom line is, you get more from Social Security by creating a more effective strategy. And that's where we are. That's why we're here to help. So that's all for the slideshow there, Mr. Gene. So I don't know if there's anything you wanted to add to that, but that's
Well, the only thing I want to add to that is that we need to be more educated. We need to be more vigilant with our finances, our financial legacy, and our future.
Yeah.
We have to be more vigilant about it. And as you know, a lot of people, you see a lot of it. I see a lot of it. A lot of people are not planning for the future. Okay, they're poor planners. And one of the things that we need to do is educate them so they could be better planners. Because when they get to their golden years, they don't want to learn about the mistakes that they could have fixed prior, because too late then. It's too late then. So it's imperative that they think about booking appointments with me or yourself and understanding where they are, understand their financial DNA. Okay, we all made up differently. That's why I like DNA. We all made up differently. We all have different situations and that we're confronted with, and we all need to have an understanding of where we are and how we're moving forward. Because in moving forward, it's either we're moving forward with Uncle Sam being our big uncle in our pocket, or we're moving forward, satisfying our taste buds with our finances and enjoying it and not crying going to the bank. So for me, I think it's better for them to plan now. For those of you who are divorced and haven't remarried, Mr. Clifford is your guy. Give him a call. He'll tell you what you can do, how you can save money, and have things done. Prepare for your future. If you're younger, think about it. He's here, Mr. Clifford. I would love you to share your contact information so they can call you directly, get to you. They don't have to come through me, because I would love to have you on board. With your wealth of knowledge, I'm sure we're gonna do this again, bring you back to share with our listening audience, with our community, because there's a lot of people out there that don't know. Okay, and in years gone by, people that know me personally, and I will share this with you, they know me personally. They weren't comfortable speaking to me because, like one guy said, I felt stupid speaking to you. And like I said to them, there's no stupid answer. There's no stupid question. We just didn't know. I mean, a couple of years ago, the governor of Georgia, or the superintendent, I think it's the governor of Georgia, asked to make financial education part of graduation. Because we don't get that stuff in school.
Correct.
We go to colleges, we go to university, we don't get that stuff. We learn it by trial and error. We learn by sitting with a financial advisor like yourself. Our parents don't have these conversations with us. And there were so many mistakes made along the way. That's why a guy like yourself and I get the opportunity to be able to be licensed. We have to take a test. We have to study. We have so many. Every 2 years, we have to go renew our license. It's just paying a fee. We have to go and do continuing education. We have to learn about the changes of the rules, the laws. We have to stay on top of that to serve our client in our best practices and ethics that's required by us. And I don't take these things pretty trivially and lightly, because it's important. We're people that are professional at what we do.
Yeah.
You know, and we've been professional at what we do. If they get in touch with us, they will be able to get the information and make better decisions for the future.
100%. Like you said, it's really about being proactive instead of reactive, because you can wait until you realize, oh man, I made a bunch of mistakes, or you could reach out and we can meet with you, look at your financial DNA and show you, hey, if you don't make some changes, here's a couple mistakes that you could make. And let's be proactive and prevent from making those mistakes. I always learned that, you could live 70 years and have 70 years of experiences of making mistakes and having some successes, or you can sit with someone that has the experience and knows where the potholes are, and they can show you how to avoid those potholes and make sure that you have more successes than mistakes that you make. So yeah, feel free to reach out to me. My direct number is 678-701-7373. Again, 678-701-7373. And then my email is jermaine@toprankadvisor.com. That's TOPRANKADVISORS.com. Jermaine@toprankadvisors.com. Or just reach out to Mr. Gene and he'll get you in touch with me. That's probably the simplest. But any
That's
of us will be here to help you answer any questions that you have, so that way we can help you. And again, it's about education, because you don't know what you don't know. And you're a specialist in your field. I'm sure if you're in, nursing, and there's a situation I have in, that's medical, I could come to you and you give me expert advice. Our specialty is finances, financial literacy, financial education, financial planning, tax planning, and income planning, guaranteed income planning. And so any help you need in those areas, we're here to help you, and we're happy to answer any questions. So hopefully you got some value out of the conversation tonight.
Yeah, I know they got value out of the conversation. That's not the question. The real question is, are they going to use it?
Yeah.
And my struggle with most of people on the whole is, are they going to use the information presented to them?
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of companies out there do not share the information in the right way. I would go with the word the right way. And when they do share the information, it's basically for their personal gain, as I would say.
Yeah.
But not really to help the clients out there.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it being here.
I'm sure that you could have done a million other things with your time. I know we ran over a bit. I'm open to any questions that anyone may have. For some reason, I think our software is having problems because it's not posting the comments. So leave your comments. Don't worry. I will get back to you. I'll answer it. Mr. Jermaine will get back to you and answer it. If there's any comments, I know a lot of people take this information, run with it, use it for as food for thought. And they would generally call me and say, can I get that guy number, or what is that in reference to, or help me understand. I would love to share the information. Jimmy, your number again, please.
678-701-7373.
So again, you heard Mr. Clifford, Jermaine Clifford, in phone number 678-701-7373. And look here, Jermaine is a West Indian.
Yes. Yes.
So he understands your frustration and the things that we face, the challenges that we face in the minority community. So drop him an email, make me look good. Drop him an email, Jermaine@toprankadvisors.com. Drop him an email, share your thoughts, book an appointment. You don't have to be in the information age. We don't have to be in person. We can do Zoom.
Yeah.
We can do Meet. There's a number of different social media platforms that we can use to meet with each other and talk.
Yeah.
So we can plan it together. Everyone knows how to meet me. I don't need to tell you. I'm at ehbservices.com. All right, you guys know, you guys follow us. Let's learn money. Tell a friend, tell a neighbor, tell a colleague, join the group so they can get more news, views, and interludes regarding their financial strategy. So at this time, I want to thank everyone for participating, for showing up as usual, and see you next time. Our next show time will be from Fun City, Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn in the house. We're going to be in Brooklyn, New York, coming live on the 12th of August, Tuesday, the 12th of August, coming live out of Brooklyn, New York. Stay tuned. Make it a date and don't be late. 7 p.m. on August 12th. See you then, guys. Good night.
Welcome to EHB Services LLC, your trusted partner for all your financial needs. We are a licensed brokerage offering a wide range of services, including mortgage loans, refinancing, business loans, living benefit, and annuity. Don't hesitate to book a free consultation with one of our expert agents today. We are committed to serving you and helping you achieve your financial goals. We look forward to working with you. Email us to get from retirement protection and college savings to living benefits and estate planning.
Thanks.
Our team is here for every life stage. Schedule your free consultation today and discover what financial security truly feels like. Welcome to EHB Services, where trusted advisors meet tailored solutions. Whether you're licensed or just starting out, we're here to support you with tools, training, and a team that has your back. Whether it is personalized onboarding, weekly mentorship, CRM and quoting systems, marketing and lead support, we got you. Our onboarding process is simple, fast, and effective. From licensing to your first client meeting, you're never alone. At EHB Services, we're not just selling policies. We're building futures, including yours. EHB Services, empowering you with knowledge. Visit everyservices.com to get started today.
We offer mobile notary service because we understand that sometimes you co-e and make it to our office, whether you're at home or in a hospital, a nursing home, or a place of business. Our mobile notary service brings professional notarization right to your door on your time. We offer a variety of mobile notary services, including loan signings, passport signings, fingerprinting, and more. We also offer virtual remote online notary services. The notary stamp and seal is an official government certification that the document is genuine and has not been altered. Our mobile notaries are available 7 days a week, 24 hours a day to serve you. Notary stamps and seals are used to authenticate documents for a variety of purposes, including real estate transactions, loan documents, passports, and power of attorney forms. If you need a notary stamp or seal, please contact us. You found the perfect home, but your mortgage application was denied. Don't give up just yet. At AFC, we believe everyone deserves a second chance. Whether your credit is bruised or you've been turned down elsewhere, we help make homeownership possible. Our flexible financing options are built to work for you, not against you. So you won't get bogged down by high interest rates or large down payments. Your dream home is still within reach. Talk to AFC today because home should be possible for everyone. I'm here to help. Let's make it happen.